So a couple years ago, when we were looking at the Krav Maga curriculum for Fit to Fight, one of the things that we changed and kind of made waves about was we dropped the plucks when dealing with chokes. Initially, it was just for one or two reasons, and since then, there's been more reasons that we've kind of seen evolve over time. We still don't pluck. We have no intentions of plucking. So we're going to talk about why we got the pluck out of here. So, first of all, the nature of the attack it's important to understand. This is a raised type attack. If Matt goes to choke me, he goes to attack me this way. See, he barely touched me, and he's forcing me on my heels. When people talk about a static choke, it's not real. You have to suspend reality for a second, because if I'm going to attack Matt in this way, it's not like I'm going to be really mad and I go, and then I stop to choke him here. Okay, there's going to be impetus behind it. There's going to be drive, and even if it's just a little bit will matter here, because if we have people stand on one leg and it's a bigger, stronger person that's attacking and I'm standing on one leg, even if I send a good kick, so even if I get a good shot in from this range, from this area, if I kick here and Matt falls, where does he fall? He falls into me. Now, if it's a much bigger, stronger person, especially, that's going to be a real problem. So, even if there's very little push, or next to no push, which again, I don't think is realistic, because of the proximity here, when I make this defense, if I hit him hard with a good groin shot there, he comes into me. So, practically speaking, from an attack standpoint, I just don't believe, we don't believe, that this is realistic. That he's going to attack me this way and there's not going to be some force behind it. And then, just in terms of dealing with the defense itself, this defense is not nearly as strong as this defense is. I'm relying on some very small muscle groups to make this defense, where here I can utilize my entire body against the plane of the wrist, okay? Further, if I get the choice of hammer fisting somebody in the jaw or elbowing somebody in the jaw or the chin versus kicking them in the groin, I'm going to take that all day long. People get hit in the groin playing soccer and they continue to play until the play is over, or basketball or football or whatever. If you get cracked in the jaw and your head rattles, you don't continue the play. So to think that somehow the groin shot is more effective than getting cracked in the jawline, just again defies reality. Lastly, at least for now, every time Krav Maga instructors show chokes, it's always, if I have Matt stand on the scenes here on the mat, it's always on this plane, on this plane, on this plane, on this plane. Like, you can only attack from 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 180 degrees, whatever. He can only come in a straight on direction. Again, it defies reality. It may be this. It may be this. Maybe that. Okay, so it doesn't have to be straight on. So it makes no sense to us to have this as an option, 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 to have this as an option. When, no matter how he attacks me, I can do this same defense. No matter what angle he gives me, I can do the same thing. He gives me a little bit different angle here, choke really hard, really hard. He goes really hard. He still can't keep me from doing this, okay? So we take 5 options and basically make them 1. And if we go against the wall, it's the same. When there's a choke, and there will be, it's the same. So it makes 0 sense to us to pretend that there's a static attack here and to give people 3, 4, 5 options when 1 will do. So that's your fix for this week. That's why we address chokes with the stabbing rotational defense versus plucks.